talk about everything on this channel related to credit, finance, living up in life socially, financially, being the best version of yourself as you can. All right, so I'm going to give y'all the sauce today. I'm going to give y'all the real deal spiel that everybody always wanted. I did this video maybe back in 2023. I'm going to give you step by step how to build you a new credit profile. If you got bad credit and you got your credit repaired, you got it wiped, you back at zero, this is what you need to do. If you got a brand new credit profile, trying to make a brand new credit profile, this is what you need to do. All right, you did? Okay, so we're going to talk about it. We're going to be about it. We're going to get into it. I'm trying to get one person in on this live, but it's all good, though. I'm going to chop this up and re-release it out to the masses. And y'all can get the sauce, man. I don't even care no more. So basically you want to get you a number first. You got to have your good social. There's a couple ways to get you a good social. Let's go ahead and tap in right here. A lot of ways to find social security numbers. There's a Steve Morris guide that breaks it down by state. That's not even really needed no more. That's the old way. But it is a way to find out, what kind of number range belong to what state, even though most of that has gone away with the Social Security Administration. They're kind of real random with these numbers nowadays. But you can use the stevemorris.org to still find the numbers. So we're going to go and hop over there, stevemorris.org. Like I said, it's not needed. It's the old way. Real way, because a lot of these numbers are from people that may be deceased or children. So you don't know. Only real way to find out, only real way to tell is to actually skip trace these numbers. If you're not skip tracing, you're not looking at these numbers, you're not finding if they're to belong to somebody, then you're going to take an L. I have a skip tracing software. You can purchase skip tracing software. There's Google links, find skip tracing and figure out, what social belongs to who. That's not a hard thing to do. One I use is TIN check. So if y'all want to use that one, it's a paid service. You have to pay. But if you want to use that, you can. The free services are not good because they only go up until 2014. We are in 2027 now. So if a child was born in 2014, they're coming up on 12, 13 years old, and you don't want to use their information. So always skip trace these numbers. Once you skip trace the number and you see it doesn't belong to anybody, then we can start building. So now we're on the next step, the build step, but this is Steve Morris. Like I said, they got all the ranges for the states and everything. This is the guide to kind of help you know what number not to use, like 666. Don't use a 666 number, a 999, 800. Usually most of the numbers in probably like 760, 790, the first 3 digits. And then after the first 3 digits, the rest of the 6 digits don't really matter. So that's Steve Morris. Once you get there, now we got to start the tri-merge process. Once you got your number, or if you got a brand new profile, if you got it credit clean, credit wipe, you're back at zero. You don't have no credit. You got to start building information, start building credit around that number. Once you start building credit around that number, you want to go to a website called Opt Out Pre-Screen. This helps you get into the credit cards wheelhouse. It allows you to be selected if you want to be sent credit card offers. By being accepted credit card offers, people are going to look at your credit, going to do a soft pull in your credit, and that's going to start building your credit profile, going to start putting information on your file. You just come on here, go to that website, put your information in. Now, when you're building these profiles out, you don't want to mix and match information. So make sure you got new address, new phone number, all that good stuff. Now, I'm going to do you guys a favor. You can hit me up and I can do the skip tracing for you for $20, or I can find a number for you. I can do the whole process for you as well. But you guys got to remember, this is a brand new profile. I don't know what you guys heard, but you are not finna get $20,000, $30,000 credit cards, a brand new car at no down payment, my house and all that stuff off a brand new profile. You cannot do it. You will not do it. It will not happen. All right. So you got to start building this profile step by step, letting it mature, letting the trade lines hit it, let the data hit it. And what I mean by data, I mean public records. Public records is just anything you sign up for online for the most part, library cards, when you sign up for airline points, when you sign up for Walgreens rewards, anything that has your name, address, and phone number attached to it, it start going to a database online, and then banks can kind of use this to tell if you're a real person or not. So you always want to get public records. I recommend 10 or more of the public records. I'm giving y'all the real sauce, boy. This is for free. I'm not sure how long I'm gonna have this video up. So y'all make sure y'all take notes, get into it, get it going. And if you need help, just hit me up. But I do not do free consultations on this. This is the only free information I'm giving you guys. So make sure you take notes on this. All right. So once we got the opt-out pre-screen, you got your public records. Like I said, sign up for anything, library card, airline miles, grocery stores. Just put your name and that new address in the system, in the computer, in the database as much as possible you can. Next, you want to go out and get some hard pools. I recommend Capital One and either Barclays or Lightstream. Those three usually do a hard pull on all three bureaus. That'll get you up in the credit bureaus and let TransUnion find you. TransUnion is the first one that finds you. TransUnion is kind of the most popular credit bureau, especially for free websites like Credit Karma, Credit Sesame, Wallet Hub. All those will pull TransUnion without any issues. Equifax is the big problem right now. Equifax is not like these credit profiles, so it's gonna be tough to get around Equifax unless you really know what you're doing. You gotta have some good data furnished around that name, and it is not easy. That's why you got to take your time and really start building data, start getting these data points, start applying for everything. But don't get a bunch of hard pulls. Like I said, these are only two hard pulls you're doing: Capital One, Truist, or possibly Barclays. Do not do more than two. Just do two of those three. All right, y'all got the sauce. Y'all getting? Y'all picking up what I'm putting down? Do I need to go to Capital One website? Anybody got a question or comment? Go ahead, drop that down below in the comment section. All right, so boom. Once you do those three things, you should be able to get a credit profile lookup through Wallet Hub or Credit Sesame. I recommend Wallet Hub. They pull pretty easily. Also, Identity IQ, which is just a paid credit monitoring service. But the free credit monitoring service like TransUnion and Wallet Hub will pick up on your new profile. Boom. Once you do that, once you see you have a profile, we got to start building those trade lines. I recommend doing the authorized user method. You only need maybe one, possibly two. People want to think that you need 4 to 5 authorized users that's going to do something for you. People are so misguided. I try to tell people getting more than 2 authorized users are not going to help you. And it's not going to instantly get you whatever you want. It's going to get you a little low limit credit card, maybe $1,000, $1,500 or more, and you're going to build up from there. Once you get that $1,500 credit card on your credit report, and you're going to go back to Capital One or Discover and apply for one of those cards, everything you're doing, even if you got excellent credit, every type of loan or approval you're going to do is going to be a pre-approved credit card. We're doing pre-approved credit cards. You type in pre-approved Capital One, pre-approved Discover, pre-approved link for Navy Federal. Every type of credit card, every type of loan, I don't care if it's a car loan, anything, you want to try to do a soft pull. And Capital One actually does a soft pull for credit card, for car loans as well. So pretty much all banks and credit card companies are doing these soft pull or pre-approved method to see if you even qualify without hitting those inquiries, which is a great thing because 4 or 5 years ago, that was not a big thing out here. All card companies made you, get a hard inquiry just to see if you're going to get a card. All right, it's crazy. So next, once you got your profile, you got a primary trade line, you got an authorized user trade line. Now we just start building. The best way to build is with credit builders. credit builder accounts like Kickoff. Kickoff is a great one. Ava, another good one. It's a credit card company. Say Ava, not the one. Not the singer Avant. I remember Avant. I hear the Kobo. I didn't say Kobo, you said Ava. So Ava changed to Kobo? No, here go Ava. All right. So Ava is still smooth as well. We're rocking with Ava. So those credit builders, and just like the authorized user, you don't want to get a whole bunch of credit builders because they look bad to the banks. If they say, damn, how much credit you need to build, man? Well, how bad are you? So you don't want a bunch of those accounts. Those are what they call subprime accounts. So they kind of don't look good in the bank side, especially when you're going for those high limit credit, Amex, Citibank, Barclays. When you start to get approved for the big dog credit cards, they don't want to see a bunch of credit builders on there. So only do maybe one or two. And then the big dog here is Credit Strong. It's the best of these credit builders because they give you actually a $30,000 trade line attached to the Magnum. So once you go Magnum Gold Wrapper, you got to be bringing a big stick. Yeah, I mean, for the Magnum. And then, like I said, you go here and you pay like I did the $15,000 one, signed up, paid $175 for 3 months, and then I got a Magnum loan amount placed on my credit profile, and that boosted me up. And then I went and applied for a credit union. And now you're ready to start getting into the real bigger banks. I ride doing credit unions first, and then some of the more commercial banks like Bank of America, Chase. In that regards, credit unions, that everybody know, they give you better limits and they work with their customers a little bit better. They are a non-profit institution, so they like to look out. They like to give higher limits, lower interest rates, and easy approval odds. So a couple of them I recommend. DCU is a good one. Good credit union. Of course, Navy Federal is a good credit union. NASA, Signature. And this is a bunch of them. Local ones in your area are also good as well. So try these people out. All right. All right, so now you starting to build credit. Now you starting to move a little bit. Now you got at least 3 primary trade lines. You want to have 4 primary trade lines until you really start making some serious moves. But if you got to get out there, you got to get a car quickly. You got to get a place to stay, apartment, something quickly. The 1 or 2, really 1 trade line, 1 primary, or maybe 1 authorized user. I would recommend having at least 1 of your trade lines in your own name. It just looks better when you're getting approved or you're applying for anything. But if you're in a rush, you got to do something quickly. And sometimes authorized user will get you through the door, but that is getting less and less and less throughout the years. These people do not want to have you to have that information. All right. All right. So yeah, that's it. That's pretty much it, man. Once you got your bank account, then you just kind of move like your regular, self. You credit. You have a 700 credit score. Once you get those 200, those 2 primary trade lines from a either these credit builders account, Capital One, so like a subprime credit card, Clear Credit, Care Credit. I'm sorry, Care Credit is another easy card to get. Now that's more for medical procedures. Mission Lanes, another easy credit card to get with bad credit. Pedal. All these are bad credit cards. That Avant one I showed you earlier is a bad credit card. So you don't want a bunch of these either because they look, like I said, they subprime. In the bigger banks and some of these larger banks, institutions know that they're subprime. They see that on there, they mean you're credit challenged. You might not be ready for the high limit card. So be mindful 1 or 2 credit builders, 1 or 2 subprime accounts, 1 or 2 authorized users. Don't go crazy on either one of those. Only thing you want to go crazy on is primary accounts and business credit. Now, once you get your personal credit score, personal profile, up to 4 primary trade lines, and have 4 accounts, 4 credit cards, 3 credit cards, and an installment loan, like a little $2,000 pledge loan, a little $2,000 loan, or a car loan. And you're ready to start applying for business credit. Start your business, get your EIN, and then be a personal guarantee on your business credit. Those do not report to your personal credit profile so you can hide the utilization and start making some serious moves from there. All right. All right. Now, if you're out of the country, it's going to be a lot harder to do this here in America. I had a guy who was up in Canada trying to make all these plays, trying to do too much, bro. Trying to do too much, man. It's going to be difficult. It ain't going to be easy. The banks and these people are really cracking down on the IDs, really cracking down on the digital SSNs. So you cannot finesse that stuff, man. You cannot do it the right way. Get your personal credit up. Use these other profile methods to stack money, stack your bread, get you out of a bind. But do not rely on these methods for a long-term solution. All right, man. It's your boy Credit K. We out.